Ranger Cole had been working the Ozarks for 15 years. 15 years of early mornings, long trails, and paperwork that never ended. He'd seen things out there, things he couldn't explain. A shadow where there shouldn't be one. Sounds that didn't belong to any animal he knew. Moments in the deep hours of the night where the forest felt less like a place and more like something watching. He wrote them off. You learn to do that. You write things off because the alternative is worse. This is the one he couldn't write off. It started on October 31st, 1994. A missing hiker notice, standard stuff, the kind that crossed his desk a dozen times a year. A man named Dale Pruitt, 54 years old, last seen on the Eaglewood Ridge Trail around dusk on a Thursday. His truck was still in the lot. His camping gear still at his site. His boots sitting neatly outside his tent. Cole read that line twice. Who removes their boots in the middle of the woods? Not a man panicking. Not a man running. Someone who set them down deliberately, like they planned to come back. He didn't think much of it then. He should have. The search ran 3 days. No Dale, no trail, no signs of struggle, no blood, no gear dragged, no broken branches, nothing. It was like the forest just exhaled. And he was gone. On the 4th night, Cole volunteered for the overnight watch. Protocol. Someone had to stay near the trailhead in case Pruitt wandered back. He'd done it 100 times. Set up his truck at the Eaglewood lot. Radio on low. Coffee going cold in the cup holder. By midnight, the woods were quiet. Not peaceful quiet. Not nature at rest quiet. Still quiet. The kind where even the wind stops moving, like the air itself is listening. At 12:47, his radio crackled. Dispatch wasn't calling. It was just static. But inside the static, there was a rhythm. Almost like breathing. Slow, measured. Cole turned the volume down. The breathing got louder. He turned the radio off, and he could still hear it, coming from outside the truck. He stepped out with his flashlight. The tree line sat about 40 feet ahead of him. Dense, absolute black past the first layer of oak and pine. He swept the beam left to right, slow, the way he'd been trained. Nothing. He was about to get back in the truck. That's when he saw it. At the edge of the tree line, just inside the dark, just where the light couldn't reach. A shape, standing perfectly still, human-shaped, but something about the proportions was off. The arms, too long. The head, tilted at an angle a neck shouldn't hold. Not sideways, not a shrug. Something that made his stomach drop without knowing why. Cole called out. Steady voice, ranger voice. "Sir, are you Dale Pruitt?" Silence. "Sir, I'm a park ranger. You're safe. Step toward the light." The shape didn't move, but it turned its head, slowly, like it was hearing something, behind him. Cole spun around. Nothing. When he turned back, it was closer. 30 feet. No sound, no footsteps, no crunch of leaves, no snap of branches, just closer. And now he could see it better. He wishes to God he couldn't. The face was pale, not sick pale, smooth pale, like a clay mask pulled too tight over a skull. The eyes were open, but there was no reflection, no shine, no glint from the flashlight beam, just 2 dark holes, absorbing everything. And it was wearing clothes, a flannel shirt, jeans, no boots. No boots! Cole's hand went to his radio. "Dispatch, this is Ranger Cole at Eaglewood Lot. I need..." The radio made that sound again. The breathing. And then a voice came through the speaker. Low, textured, like gravel scraping stone. It said one word. Curfew. He ran. He's not ashamed of it. 15 years in those woods, and he ran like he was 19 years old, terrified and small. Because whatever was standing in that clearing had reset something in his brain. Back to factory settings. Pure animal fear. No training, no protocol, just run. He got in the truck, locked the doors, jammed the key in the ignition. And the thing was at his window. Right there. Face pressed against the glass. That blank face. Those hollow eyes. Mouth slightly open. And inside the mouth, movement. Something living in there. He didn't look long. He floored it. Cole drove 4 miles down Route 7 before he stopped shaking enough to breathe. He called his supervisor, told him he'd experienced a medical event, said he needed to be relieved from the overnight post. He didn't tell him what he saw. He wrote it off. That's what you do. But here's the part he never told anyone. 3 weeks later, they found Dale Pruitt, alive, sitting at a picnic table half a mile from where he disappeared. Dehydrated, thin, confused, but breathing. But there. He didn't remember the 3 weeks. Didn't remember anything after removing his boots outside his tent. He said he did that because something told him to. A voice. It came through the trees right at dusk. Didn't sound like a person, but it used a word he understood. Cole had to ask. He had to know. "What word, Dale?" Dale looked at him a long time before answering. The way a man looks at you when he's deciding if you can handle the truth. Then he said, "Curfew." Cole transferred to a desk post in January. He still hears the breathing sometimes. Not from radios. Not from static. Just in the dark. When the house gets too quiet. When the air stops moving and the night goes still. Like the woods followed him home. Like something out there on the Eaglewood ridge marked him. And it's waiting. Patient. Quiet. Waiting for the night he breaks the curfew. Some say those woods have never stopped listening, and neither has whatever answered back.